Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Or if you're here for the first time, a huge hello to you. I'm so glad you're joining us today, and this is episode 14. Tara and I love making these relaxed conversations in simple English so beginners like you can learn real speaking skills. We talk slowly, we repeat things, and we make it feel like two friends just chatting over coffee. Today's topic is something that happens to almost everyone, borrowing something from a neighbor. It could be sugar, a tool, an egg, or even a ladder. Sounds simple, right? But it has lots of little stories and lessons inside. If you enjoy this kind of natural English practice, please hit the like button right now. It really helps our channel grow. And if you want more videos like this every week, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Okay, let's jump in. Tara, good morning. How's your morning going so far? Did you sleep well?
Good morning, Asher. My morning is going pretty well, thank you. I woke up around 7, made myself a nice cup of coffee with milk, and sat outside for a few minutes. The birds were singing and the air felt fresh. How about you? You look energetic today. Did you go for a walk or a run in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I did a short run this morning, about 20 minutes around the block. It helps me wake up and think clearly. Speaking of neighborhoods, that's why we're here today. Have you ever borrowed something from one of your neighbors? I know I have, many times.
Oh yes, definitely. But first, for all our new friends watching from different countries, let me introduce myself slowly and clearly. My name is Tara. I live in California in the USA. I work part-time as an English teacher online, and in my free time I enjoy baking, spending time with my family, and talking with friends like Asher. Asher, can you introduce yourself too?
Sure. Hi everyone, I'm Asher. I live in Texas in the USA. I work in a small office during the week, and on weekends I like to fix things around my house or play basketball with my kids. Tara and I have been good friends for many years, and we thought this topic would be perfect for beginners because borrowing from neighbors is so common in daily life. It teaches useful English words and polite phrases.
Exactly. So let's start with the basics. What does borrowing mean? It means you ask someone if you can use their thing for a short time, and then you give it back. You don't keep it forever. For example, you can say, "Can I borrow a cup of sugar, please?" That's a very common sentence.
Right, and neighbor means the people who live next to you or near you. In my neighborhood in Texas, we have houses close together, so we see each other often. Now, let me tell you one of my first stories about borrowing. A few months ago, I was working in my yard. There were some big branches on a tree that were touching the fence. I needed a tall ladder to reach them safely. I don't own a big ladder, so I walked over to my neighbor Mr. Johnson's house. I knocked on the door. When he opened it, I smiled and said, "Hi, Mr. Johnson, how are you today? I'm sorry to bother you, but can I borrow your ladder for just one afternoon? I need to cut some branches." He thought for a moment and then said, "Sure, Asher, no problem at all. Let me show you how to set it up properly." He even helped me carry it to my yard. That felt really nice.
Nodding with interest. That's a great story. And did you return the ladder on time?
Well, here's the funny part. I finished the work, but then I got very busy with phone calls and emails from my job. The ladder stayed in my garage for almost 2 weeks. One evening, Mr. Johnson knocked on my door. He said politely, "Hey Asher, I was just wondering about the ladder. Do you still need it?" My face got red. I said, "Oh no, I'm really sorry. I completely forgot. Thank you for reminding me. I'll bring it back right now." I returned at the same hour and even bought him a nice cup of hot coffee from the local shop as a thank you. He laughed and said it was okay, but I learned an important lesson that day.
That happens to so many people. I have a similar story. Last month, I was baking chocolate chip cookies for my 2 kids. I opened the kitchen cabinet and saw I had no sugar left, none at all. So I put on my shoes and walked next door to Mrs. Lopez's house. She's a kind older lady who grows beautiful flowers in her garden. I gently knocked, and when she opened the door, I said, "Hello, Mrs. Lopez, how are you? I hope I'm not disturbing you. Can I borrow 1 cup of sugar? I'm making cookies and I ran out." She smiled so big and said, "Of course, dear. Come inside for a minute." She gave me almost a whole bag of sugar, not just 1 cup. I felt very grateful.
But wait, I also made a small mistake. After baking, I got busy taking my kids to soccer practice. I didn't return the empty bag for 3 days. When I finally went back with a new bag of sugar and some fresh cookies, she said, "Don't worry at all, Tara. Neighbors help each other." That made me feel warm inside.
See, these little mistakes teach us. For our beginner friends, let's practice some useful sentences together. You can pause the video and repeat after us. First sentence, "Can I borrow some sugar, please?" Second, "Thank you so much for letting me borrow your ladder." Third, "I'll return it tomorrow morning." Say them slowly and clearly. This helps your pronunciation.
Yes, practice is the best way to learn. Now, let's talk about other things people borrow. Sometimes it's food items like eggs, milk, flour, or rice. Sometimes it's tools like a hammer, a screwdriver, a vacuum cleaner, or even a pressure washer for cleaning the driveway. In big cities, people might borrow a car for one day if theirs is broken. My cousin in New York borrowed her neighbor's car once to pick up her mother from the airport. She was very careful. She returned the car with a full tank of gas and a thank you card. The neighbor was happy and said she could ask again anytime.
That's smart. Returning things in good condition, or even better, is important. It builds trust. In my neighborhood, we have a group chat on the phone. Sometimes people write, "Does anyone have a hedge trimmer I can borrow for 1 hour?" It's quick and polite, but I still prefer knocking on the door because it gives a chance to talk face to face. Last summer, I borrowed a beach umbrella from my neighbor Sarah for a family picnic. We chatted for almost 20 minutes about our children and the local school. That small borrow turned into a longer, friendly conversation.
Face-to-face talks are the best. They make the neighborhood feel like a community. But sometimes borrowing can feel a little awkward. What if the person says no? Has that happened to you, Asher?
Yes, once. I asked my neighbor across the street if I could borrow his pressure washer. He said, "Sorry, Asher, I'm planning to use it myself this weekend for my own cleaning." I felt a little embarrassed for a second, but I smiled and replied, "No problem at all. Thank you for listening. If you need anything from me later, just let me know." Then I went to a store and rented one instead. It's okay if someone cannot help. We all have our own plans and needs. Being understanding keeps the friendship strong.
Exactly. Another good tip is to tell them when you will return the item. Say something like, "Can I borrow your book for 2 days? I'll bring it back on Friday." That way there is no confusion. Also, if something breaks by accident, be honest. Tell the truth and offer to fix it or buy a new one. Let me share another funny story. My neighbor once lent me a popular mystery book. It was written in easy English, good for beginners. I started reading it at night, but my dog Max got excited and chewed a small corner of the cover. I felt terrible. The next day, I bought a brand new copy of the same book. I returned it with the new book plus a small box of dog treats as a joke. My neighbor laughed and said, "Accidents happen with pets. Thank you for replacing it. We are still good neighbors."
Pets make life interesting. I remember borrowing a movie DVD from an older neighbor. It was an old classic film. I watched it with my family, but then I placed it on the shelf and forgot about it for almost 2 months. One day he saw me outside and asked with a smile, "Did you like the movie, Asher?" I felt so bad. I ran inside, found the DVD, apologized many times, and returned it immediately. He was very understanding and even said, "You can borrow more anytime." Nice people make borrowing easy.
Humor helps a lot in these situations. We can laugh at our small mistakes instead of feeling too worried. Now, let's think about why borrowing from neighbors is good. First, it saves money. You don't need to buy every tool or item if you use it only once or twice a year. Second, it helps the environment because things get shared instead of everyone buying new ones. Third, it creates connections. When you borrow in return, you talk more. You learn about each other's lives. In the USA, many people say neighborly to describe this kind and helpful behavior.
During difficult times, like big storms or power outages, borrowing becomes even more important. Last year, after a strong storm, my neighbor borrowed my generator because hers ran out of fuel. I was glad to help. She returned it the next day with a big thank you and some homemade soup. It made me feel useful and happy.
Yes, helping goes both ways. Sometimes you are the one who lends, sometimes you borrow. That balance is what makes a good community. For beginners learning English, here are more sentences to practice. I'm sorry to bother you. I really appreciate your help. Would it be okay if I borrow this until tomorrow? Let me know if you need anything from me. Repeat these sentences a few times. Speak slowly at first, then try speaking at normal speed.
Another thing, if you live in an apartment building, borrowing can still happen. Maybe borrow a cup of rice from the person next door, or ask for a phone charger if yours is lost. The rules are the same. Be polite, return quickly, and say thank you.
Let's talk about what not to do. Don't borrow too often without offering help back. Don't forget to return things for many weeks. And if you break something, don't hide it. Be honest. Most neighbors understand if you are sincere.
You know, reflecting on all these stories, I realize borrowing has taught me patience, responsibility, and kindness. It reminds me that we are not alone. Even in busy modern life with phones and busy schedules, a simple knock on the neighbor's door can brighten the day.
I feel the same. My takeaway is that small acts like borrowing and lending build big trust. Start with something small, like an egg or a spoon of salt. Watch how it opens the door to friendship. And always communicate clearly.
Hey everyone watching, now it's your turn. Have you ever borrowed something from a neighbor? What was it? Did you return it on time? Or have you lent something to someone? Share your story in the comments using simple English. We read the comments and sometimes reply. It helps other learners see real examples. If you feel shy, just write 1 or 2 sentences. That's great practice.
Yes, and if this video helped you learn new vocabulary like borrow, return, neighbor, awkward, appreciate, or community, please give it a thumbs up. Share this video with your friend who is also learning English. Subscribe to our channel so you get notified when we post the next conversation. Next time we might talk about asking for help when moving house or small talk with neighbors.
Before we say goodbye, one final reflection. Borrowing from neighbors, when done right, makes life easier, friendlier, and more connected. Be kind, be responsible, communicate well, and enjoy the relationships that grow from it. Life feels better when neighbors help each other.
I completely agree. Thank you so much for chatting with me today, Asher. This was relaxing and full of useful tips.
Thank you, Tara, and thank you to all our viewers for spending this time with us. We hope the conversation felt natural and helpful for your English journey. Speak every day, even if it's just repeating sentences from this video. You are making progress.
That's right. Take care, stay kind to your neighbors, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate your support. Have a wonderful day.